Love today. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, get ready for the event of a lifetime. Coming to you live and remote from Oklahoma City. The incomparable, the unimaginable, the greatest of all time, Mr. Ray. What is going on, my people? Happy New Year. We made it. God is good. He allowed us to make it, to see another day. I'm so glad that you stopped by today. Oh, yes, I am, because we got some work to do today. We on a mission, and it's a mission from God, baby. Habakkuk said, the Lord said to him, write the vision, son. Write it, and I want you to make it so plain that he may run that readeth it. Take it out and run with it, baby. Make it happen on the Lord's watch. So what are we talking about today? We got the series here. Hold on. I done got ahead of my car. I'm way ahead. Let's go all the way back to this bit. Now we right, Mr. Ray. Now we talking about what we want to talk about. So we are here today, and we're going to be covering the Foundation series and also the Advanced series. All right. Is my volume too low? Let me see. I can turn my volume up a little bit here for you. How about that? Is that better? Can everyone hear me? The volume is still too low. Hold on. How about if I get a little closer? Is that better? All right. Valerie says she can hear me better. All right. Thumbs up. Let's go, baby. Let's get this party started. So we're going to be talking about two modules today. We're going to be here talking about the Foundations module, and we also are going to be talking about the Advanced module. So I sent you the videos. Everybody turn your videos off. All videos off. All videos off. And I also need to make sure that everybody has your mute on. I'm going to be in control here for a minute. I need your undivided attention. I need everybody to be keyed in on what's going on. So if you would, just stay muted during the call unless I call on you. When we have, if you have questions, go ahead and put those in the comment section. And we got people on the line that can help you with that. If they don't answer, then I'll make sure I follow up with it when we're pretty much done. Always, I need your feedback, baby. I need to know how we can make this call better. So our agenda for today is as follows. We're going to review the students and the modules that people have signed up for. I want to make sure I got everybody in the right module so we can get this thing started. Then we're going to go through the Foundations module, which is going to be from 7 to 7:30. We're going to go right into, after that module, right into the Advanced module from 7:30 to 8. And we'll have Q&A in between there, and then we'll also have Q&A at the end. So first of all, I got to start by welcoming all my new Foundation and Advanced class members, because we're going through this at the same time. We're going to be doing the Foundations the same time that we're doing the Advanced. So I want to welcome my brothers and sisters, Robert Hodges. We also want to welcome his lovely wife, Valerie, to the new members class. James Chappell in the house. Lil Steve, I see you. Rasheen, Naptown. Justin, welcome, big boy. Gerard, Henry, Cynthia, Ricky, Nathan, Danica, Dale, Jordan, Pastor Josh, Sam, Rob, welcome back, baby. Paul Ellaby, and Justin Blanton. Let's give them a round of applause. We got a new Foundation and Advanced class. We're making millionaires, baby, one at a time. In this case, we got 18 of them coming in at this time. But we can't stop right there. We got to go on to the premiere module too. That's going to be starting over next Thursday at 7 p.m. And the premiere model coming in is Kendra. Now, you to be in the premiere model, you got to be somebody, baby. You got to have already completed the foundations and the advanced. Brittany is in the house. Andrew, David Parker, Tina is in the house for the premiere. Tiffany Walker, welcome back. Kenneth Johnson, Larry, I see you out there in Florida, baby. Whitfield, my first #1 millionaire that was made in this group, and I got 9 more to go. Polly, Laura, representing the ATL. We got David Taylor. AC, I see you out there in Naptown. Come along, baby. We're going along for the ride. Big Don Johnston, Christina, Darron, Rob, that's my baby sister right there. Come on, Rob. Welcome back, baby. I'm promoting you to the premiere because you've already showed me you got what it takes, baby. Pastor Josh, premiere, baby. Jordan. Oh, this Jordan now, I got to tell you, this guy's going to be the one that's going to help us in premiere. He's already doing this game, and he's going to come alongside, and we're going to show you guys how to do this wholesale game. Little Steve, Rasheen, come on, baby, we going somewhere. Now, I got to stop for a moment, and I got to tell you about my day ones. These are the ones, these are the 12 people that's been here with me from day one, never left me, baby. Come on, David, Tina, oh yeah. These right here, I call them the 12 disciples, baby. The 12 disciples, because they have been here. They set the foundation for me. They never have left me or forsaken me, baby. They've been with me from day one. I gotta have my hat off to you. I appreciate you. You know I love you. Come on, we going somewhere. On this journey 8 months ago, these are the 12 that's been there with me. I appreciate you and I love you. So we got classes starting here in January, baby. We're starting off on a new foot. Here we go. So we got today, we're going to be doing the foundations module. Also, we're going to be doing the advanced module. And then we're going to be doing the premiere module. Each one of those modules are worth $30 a month. Why are you charging us, Mr. Ray, $30? My question is, am I not worth $30? Is what I'm giving out not worth 30? If it's not, then I understand, but can a brother be worth at least 30? Oh, come on, somebody. Give the brother, go give the brother $30. He hurting bad out. He's in retirement. He's trying to do the Lord's work. Oh, he's worthy of the money. Come on, let's go somewhere. I got somewhere to tell you. I got to give some special recognition awards before we get started. I got to give Silver Star. These are the people that actually believed in me enough to pay me some money. Outside of the other people, I know everybody, a lot of you paid me $30, but these people right here went over and above. Aaron paid me $60. I think he actually paid me $120. But Aaron, I'm gonna give you a Silver Star, baby. And then I gotta give a Gold Star. Dale, you came in and said, Mr. Ray, I'm gonna pay you 3 months in advance. Come on, somebody. This man think I'm worth $90. Huh? Can I get a hey man out there? But I can't stop right there. I got to give one last special award. And this is to my main man, because this guy really believed in me. This guy right here, David Parker, he was willing to give a brother $2,000 to do everything to get him in the game. Can you imagine that? $2,000, y'all talking about 30. David Parker is the man. David, if you on the line right now, let us see your face. Did you make it out tonight? I didn't give him a heads up. But if you're on the call tonight, David, I need you to let the people see you. He might be busy. But I got to tell you something. This guy right here believed in me enough, said, Mr. Ray, I'm going to give you $2,000 to show me how to do this game. He gets the platinum star, baby. But guess what? All your subscription, everybody that paid me anything, guess what? You have been paid in full. What do you mean, Mr. Ray? Paid in full. If you sent me money, you getting your money back. Oh, but I gotta give it back the right way. I just can't give it back to you because you know you signed up for it, but I'm gonna go ahead and cancel that debt anyway. You know why? You see this check right here? I showed you guys, most of you that's been with, I showed you this check. This is a tax-free check that I received on Juice Properties. That's the name of the company that I run all of my real estate through. You see that check? That check paid everything for y'all. Now, why am I going to charge you a Thursday measly dollars and the Lord is blessing me like this? Come on, somebody. You don't know him like that. You must not have prayed the prayer I prayed. You know that prayer that Jabez prayed? Oh, yes, he did. He said, enlarge my territory. Oh, yes, he did. Don't let me hurt nobody, but I need you to enlarge. And so God has enlarged my territory so much that I'm going to bless you. Why am I blessing you? Because you believed in me. You believed in me enough to just pony up $30. What you believe what I had to say was worth at least $30. So guess what? You believed in me. I'm going to turn right around and invest in you. Come on, somebody. Somebody ought to say amen. I got good news for you. Everybody that paid, you're free. You're riding free, baby. If you pay me that $30 monthly subscription, I got 3 options for you how I'm going to get this money back to you. Number 1, you say, Mr. Ray, just give me my $30 back, baby. I'm good to go. I'll send it directly to you. Say, Mr. Ray, will you match that $30 and send it to my church in my name? Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I will do that for you. Mr. Ray, how about on that monthly book that we have every month? Will you just give me the book of the month for that $30? I sure will. So what I need you to do, everybody that paid me, I need you to text me and let me know which one of these options you want. You want me to just send it back to you in a refund? I'll send it and match it, your name at your church. I'll send you the book of your choosing. Doesn't matter. I want to thank you for believing in me. Why am I investing? Why am I investing in you? Huh? Because I'm under divine orders, baby. The Bible says that the harvest is plentiful, but the labors are few. I'm trying to get some more laborers with me out here in the labor field. I want you to be like I am. I've heard his call. He said, who's going to go for us? I said, here am I, Lord. Send me. I'm ready to get on the battlefield. But don't get it twisted, baby. I'm under divine orders. The Bible tells that not many of you call yourself teachers. Why? Because you're going to get a stricter judgment because you know it all. And so you know it, I'm going to make you applicable for applying it to your life. Oh, but I can't stop right there because I got to equip you for the work of the ministry. You say, well, how you doing that, Mr. Ray? You got real estate, you got religion. Those two don't mix. Oh, you got it messed up. Oh, you got it all messed up. This ain't either religion. Remember, I told you, I didn't come to take sides, baby. I'm here with the captain of the Lords. We come to take over. We're not taking Republicans or Democrats or Baptists. We don't care, baby. We're here to take over, teaching God's people and equipping them for the work of the ministry. And the reason I need you to have resources and money is so you can work harder in the vineyard of God. But we can't stop right there, baby. I'm required by his word to be a good steward. Oh, yes, sir. I got to be found faithful in my stewardship. Oh, he said, if you love me, oh, do you love him today? He says, if you love me, feed my sheep. So I'm here, oh Lord, to feed your sheep. And I can't see myself charging your sheep for your word. Even though I got a little real estate and I'm trying to help them to understand, I can't charge you for that right now. Now, there will come a time Oh, yes, it will. You won't even be able to afford me, baby. Oh, you say, well, you can't get $30 a day. Just wait. Just wait, baby. I'm going to be giving out this knowledge so good because God has given, he's laying the foundation for me. I'm going to be giving it out, baby. You won't be able to afford me because I'm going after some higher crowns, baby. You out here hustling, bustling for the wrong thing. I'm going for them crowns. Didn't y'all hear me say them crowns is for real, baby? The crown of righteousness. I'm going to need that in my life. The crown of life. Oh, yeah, baby. I want to be able to cast my crowns before him. Give me that crown of glory. And don't forget to throw in the incorruptible crown. And then I'm going to be rejoicing. Oh, yes, I am on that last crown. So I'm here chasing crowns, baby. And you are going to be pearls and diamonds in my crown. Come on, somebody. Do you know what I'm talking about? But first, I got to get your mind renewed. Oh, yes, I do. Paul says, I don't want you to be conformed to this world. I want you to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And so that's what I got to do. I got to help you renew your mind and get you out of that old way of thinking, the slave mentality. I got to get you into the king mentality because you are a king. Oh, yes, you are. You're ruling and reigning in Christ. See, he's in you and you are in him. And he's sitting at the right hand of God. So that makes you a king also. So I got to renew your mind, let you know who you are. So we're here talking about wealth. But you can't get wealth unless God gives it to you, baby. He is the foundation we're building. And so my goal is to teach you the progression of wealth. So what I'm starting on now is we're building the wealth education. I got to get you financially literate first. So that's why we got to do the foundation in advance. And then I got to show you how to accumulate that wealth, right? And we're going to do that in the premier module. And then I got other modules I ain't even developed yet, but we got to stay on course. We got to get the foundation advanced and we got to get this premier out there. And then we can go and do the rest of it. Renewing your mind is going to require you to do some reading. Oh, if you don't like to read, this may not be where you need to be because we read up in here. We read, we grow. We understand that the only way we can renew our mind is we got to put some new stuff in there, baby. And so I sent you all out what books we're going to be reading over the next 12 months. These are just some of them here. And so we're going to, every month, we're going to be exposing ourselves to different types of thinking. You ain't got to agree with all of it, but you got to start thinking differently about the stewardship that God has given you over the money. And these are books that have been life-changing for me. Oh, yes, they have been. These books have created in me something and it's got me on fire that I'm able to take it now and to use it to help others. And so when we're talking about education, you got to start spending some time listening and reading and studying and growing because that's the only way you're going to get this stuff. Again, if you're not a person that likes to read, you got to figure out how you can do some podcasts, or you got to figure out how you can listen while you're driving down the street, or whatever it is. Figure out. I mean, if you need to download ebooks, whatever it is, figure out how you can be more educated. I can only give you so much. I'm only giving you so much every Monday and every Thursday, but throughout the week, you ought to be spending at least 30 minutes to an hour reading something. And then there's just stuff all over the internet. But I focus on these two bigger pockets. If you haven't heard of that, that is a treasure chest of information about real estate. Very powerful stuff too. So you gotta transform your mind, baby. You gotta transform your mind. So we already talked about that. Let me slow up here, and now we're gonna stop for a minute and understand if there's any questions before we get into our teachings tonight. Y'all got me sweating already. Anybody got any questions before we get started here? What's going on in the chat? See what y'all doing over here. All right, holding it down. All right. What time is it? All right, 7:20. I got my introduction out of the way, let's see, let's go ahead and get into our teaching today. All righty. So I'm not going to go through every slide. Like I said, I want to be able to give you guys these videos ahead of time so you can go out there on YouTube and look at them, and then we can talk about them here and answer any questions. So I'm going to go through these slides pretty quick. If you got a question on something, I need you to stop me. So I'm not going to go through everything. You know, the agenda. Here's the agenda. We're going to talk about wealth through versus income. How do you create wealth using real estate? Why real estate, I believe, is the best vehicle, and why me? Why minority real estate millionaire? And then we'll have some time for some Q&A. You know, most people work. They're working on the 40-40 plan. I was on that 40-40 plan too. You know what that is? You work 40 hours a week for 40 years. To only be able to live on 40% of what you need. That's not good, baby. That's not a dream, American dream. That's a nightmare. So what we're talking about is not get rich quick, baby. You're gonna learn how to buy and hold property, how to build real wealth, how to make money when you sleep, baby. You're gonna learn how to get that residual, that semi-passive income that we're talking about. That's what we're gonna learn during these next 8 weeks. Oh, and I got to hit you with the Rayism. If you're not hip to the Rayism, a Rayism is a saying or a thought that I have that I've made it my own. Maybe I read it somewhere. Maybe I picked it up somewhere. Whatever it is, baby, it's mine now. It's a Rayism, and this is one I love. Money is not the most important thing in life. No, it's not. But it's right up there with oxygen, baby. I love it. Money, baby. You got to have it. You can't live without it. And then, I mean, money is not evil in and of itself. Some of y'all misquoting that scripture. We'll talk about that later. But it's the love of money that gets you in trouble, baby. You can't love it. You can't love it like that. So my goal, I've had it out there for a while, making 10 millionaires, minority millionaires in the next 10 years. Johnny Whitfield, he's already won. Got him back a few years ago. He's on the train, on the journey with us. I'm looking for 9 more in the next 9 years. I already got 1 year behind me. I got to get to going. So y'all need to step it up to the plate. Get about them millions, baby. Here's another rating for you. And I love this because if you help enough other people make money, you always gonna make money. Huh? That's why I don't worry about your little $30, baby. I ain't worried about that. Because if I help you make money, guess what? I'm gonna make money in return. Oh, there it is. It's not money that's the root of all evil, baby. It's that love. You can't love it. Oh no, you can't. You got to understand how to use it for your purposes, not out there spending it like you got it, like it's just running out of your pocket. Some of y'all are so far in debt. Oh, we got to get you out of that debt, baby. We'll talk about that later. I know I'm getting in your business. I'm getting in your business already, but that's what we got to do if we want to get better. And when we talk about financial independence, it's about living off the income that you're generating off those incomes, off those investments that you got. It's not about working for the man or the woman. It's about having freedom to travel, to enjoy your wealth. And when we talk about wealth progression, I've already shown you, we're in wealth education, but we're getting ready to start the premier, and we're going to be in wealth accumulation. Then we'll protect it and distribute it at a later date. Are you a millionaire? That's the question. Well, if you make $1 million, spend $1 million, you're broke, baby. Well, what if you make $1 million and spend $500,000? Oh, well, your net worth is $500,000. But if you make $1 million and you still have $1 million in assets, that is, your assets less your liabilities is your net worth. If you still got $1 million, baby, then you're a millionaire. That's what we're trying to get right there. So we talk about the difference between the poor people and the rich people. You say, I'm not poor. I'm not saying you poor. I didn't say that. I'm talking about poor people and rich people. Poor people will invest in a vehicle that's worth $50,000 at 5% for 5 years. They'll pay over $6,000 interest. At the end of that 5 years, that car is only worth $20,000. They lost $30,000. You say, well, he got the use of it. He sure did, but it depreciated, baby. It ain't worth what it's worth. If you take that same $50,000 and you get it in an asset that's yielding 8% over 5 years, you can earn about $23,000. Yes, you can. And now you still got the 50,000. Look at that. You got 73,000. Tell me if that's not transformative thinking, baby. That's a different mindset. And so we talked about all the different types of income. Let's go back. Most of you are working for the man. You're getting that W-2. Some of you got some products and services. Maybe you got a business that you're selling. You're getting profit income. You may have CDs that's paying you a little interest, 1%, 2%, most likely. You may even have some stocks that's paying you a little dividend income. Passive income is what we're talking about in here, baby, where you receive it from the money that you have invested in assets. When you're buying and selling assets, you got to have that capital gains tax on you, baby. And then you can get some different types of income on royalties and things like that. Those are all incomes, baby. But here's the key right here. The Rayism, I got to drop it in your ear, Ray. Residual passive income is the gift that keeps on giving, baby. Oh, yes, it is. It's that goose that keeps laying the golden egg. It's making money while you sleep. I love residual passive income because I ain't going to work for the man every day. I'm letting my assets generate that income. How you storing your money, baby? Most of y'all storing your money. I call it dead money. You got it in a checking account, saving account. Maybe you got it under Mama Lou's pillow somewhere. You got it stored out in the yard. That's dead money, baby. And some of y'all got some safe money. Yeah, you earn a little bit of money, got a little money market, little certificates deposit. That's all right, making 1%. Some of y'all got some healthy money. You got some money in the stock market, 401ks, bonds, all that. That's good. That's good, healthy money. Oh, but I'm trying to get you to that wealthy money, baby, where you can generate a minimum of 12 to 24 to 50% return on your investment. That's what we're talking about, baby, the wealthy money. Got to drop another Rayism right here. Now, wages are going to make you a living, but profits, oh, yes, they will. They'll make you a fortune, baby. You're going to make a good living. I made a good living. I worked for OG&E 36 years, made a good living, baby. But I decided to take those funds that I had left over and invest that in real estate. Now I'm making a fortune, baby, because I learned how to use assets to my advantage. Oh, but you talk about the stock market. Yeah, what's the difference between the stock market and real estate, baby? Well, for me, if I buy $100,000 worth of stock, if it gains 10%, I got the 100, so, I make 10% return on my investment. That's not too bad. The reason I don't like stocks, I can't control it. They can go out. COVID could take me out, right? Somebody could just blow up something and just take me out because it's based on what the stock market and all these people that's investing. I can't control that. That's why I like real estate. I can take that same $100,000. Oh, yes, I can. I can guarantee myself at least 6%. I can use the bank's money, only spend $20,000 of my $100,000, buy a $100,000 house, and I'm earning 30% on that. Come on now. And plus, I'm controlling the asset. Oh, you can't beat real estate, baby. And I'm going to show you guys how to make that leverage money work on your behalf. Let's drop another Rayism on 90% of millionaires invest in real estate. That's a truism, baby. Trust that. Everybody that has significant amounts of money, they have real estate, baby. Renters make the landlords millionaires. Oh, yes, you do. Oh, yes, you do. You're paying for the mortgage, you're paying for the taxes, the insurance, you're paying for the maintenance, the vacancies, and you're paying some cash flow on top of that. Come on now. And then the landlord gets the kickback. He gets the equity because you help paying his loan down. He gets the asset keeps appreciating every year. He's only using 20% of his money because the bank is loaning him the other 80% of the money. He's getting 100% of the tax deduction, baby, and he's putting money in his pocket if he's doing the right evaluation and buying the right properties, like I'm going to show you guys. Why single family homes, Mr. Ray? I love single family homes because they're solid assets. They're everywhere. They're easy to finance, and I can get the monthly cash flow and appreciation out of me. And don't forget them tax advantages, baby. 100% of all of my expenses, everything I pay goes to reduce my gross adjusted income. And then I got these good tenants paying it for me. Oh, I love this game. Who thought of this? Whoever thought of this? Ooh, they're brilliant. I'm so glad I found it, and I'm so glad you're here so I can help you understand how to get to where you want to get. Because really, happiness and fulfillment are the real goals. Money is simply the lubricant, baby. Oh yeah, it's a lubricant. It makes things easy. Oh yes, it does. It can lubricate it, baby, and then make it easy. Don't get caught up thinking that money is not good. Oh yes, it is. It's just another resource that God has given us that we might use it for his kingdom and for his glory. Bunch of strategies out there. That's the thing I love about real estate. You don't have to do what I do. You can do all kinds of different ways of real estate. You just gotta pick one, right? I'm a buy and hold guy. You might want to buy, fix it, flip it. Oh, I'm gonna teach you how to wholesale in Premier. Don't get it twisted, baby. We gonna get some wholesale deals. And if you want to be a real estate agent, do that. My wife, Lila, over this COVID, she went and got a real estate license. Why? Because I need a real estate agent in the house, baby, and it ain't no better than have one right next to you. And so I'm telling, there's just so many things that you can do, all kind of services that you can provide in real estate. The sky's the limit, baby. The sky's the limit. How do you find it? They're everywhere, man. I'm telling you, you can drive the neighborhood, you can go down to the auctions. Of course, you can go on Zillow. Houses, everybody needs a place to stay. Everybody. So you just have to figure out where you want to play in this game and then come up with a strategy. I'm going to show you my strategy. I'm going to show you what works for me. But my way is by no means the only way. Oh, I love this one right here. I love it because who pays you 5 different ways? I don't know anybody that's going to pay you 5 different ways, but I'm telling you right now, real estate does. Oh, yes, it do, because it's going to give you some cash flow, baby, and you're going to be able to capture that equity as you paying down that note. That's money in your pocket, baby, huh? You know that $200,000 check that I just showed you? You know what that was from? That was from me refinancing some of my properties that I have paid off all over the years. Oh, yes, I did, babe. I've been building up that appreciation, and now I'm taking some out so that I can invest in you. Come on, somebody. 5 ways to get paid. And then you're paying down that principal every month. Eventually, you're going to have it paid off. The tax shelters and deductions, I've already told you about those. And then the tax benefits. Oh, my God. You write off everything. In your personal home, you can't write off none of this stuff. But when you have investment properties, you write it all off. It's crazy. It really is. But I got to talk about the 7 deadly sins, baby. You got to keep good records in this game. If you're not taking care of your household right now, keeping up with your bills, got a budget, you don't need to be in this game, baby. It's not for you. And then I got people, oh man, I want to make all this money. I want to go fast. No, slow down, young man, young woman. You're trying to make it too fast. Oh, here's my favorite. Oh, this property is so pretty. It's so beautiful. Oh, I wish. No, baby. We don't fall in love with them homes. We fall in love with them numbers. And I'm going to teach you about them numbers. And then you're out here trying to do it on your own. You need some help. You need a mentor. You need a coach. You need somebody to look at them numbers, look at them houses, make some assessments so you can make sure that you don't get yourself in trouble. then just failure to learn the basics. Now, right now, you don't even know what you don't know, but that's why I'm here. I'm gonna teach you what you don't know. And then failure to run an ethical business. Oh, there's so many shysters in this game, so many skimmers and scammers. You got to watch out for them. But for you, you want to make sure that you're following the law, that you're not skirting any issues that can get you in trouble. And then failure to treat people with dignity and respect. Now, if you would talk to any of my tenants, they would say, Mr. Ray, he's tough, he don't play. But they'll also tell you, Mr. Ray is fair. Oh, yes, he is. Oh, don't get it twisted. Don't tear my property up and don't pay my, and don't talk about don't paying my rent. Now we're gonna have a problem. Because the Bible says, some people get it twisted. The Bible says, I'm gonna need you to be wise as serpents, but I need you to be gentle as doves. So, I mean, you need to be a shrewd businessman, but only to the degree that you're doing it the right way. Nothing wrong with that, baby. Nothing wrong with that. First thing first, got to get some goals, baby. And we're going to be talking about that. I mean, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to go in the future? What's your goal? Huh? What are you trying to do? How much time you got to invest? Do you want to quit your day? You need to know what you want to do, right? And then I can help you get there. There's a Rayism. When a person with money meets a person with experience, the person with the experience leads with the money, and the one with the money leads with the experience. How does that happen? Because the guy with experience, they know what they're doing. And the person with the money, he may or may not know what he's doing. Most important number, baby, is the cash flow. We got to have, I'm not going to go through this in detail, but it's all about making sure every property that you buy, it has to have positive cash flow. And I teach my group, you got to have at least $200 left over after you pay everything in cash flow, or it's not going to be a good deal. And you know I love the BRRR strategy. Oh, yes, I do. You buy them at least 20% discount. You get them rehab up to 75% of the after repair value. Don't worry about that. If you don't know what that is, I'm going to teach you what that is. Then you got to rent it to a quality tenant. At a minimum, what did I say? A minimum of net cash flow of $200 a month, baby. And then you turn around, refinance that 75%, get all your money back. All now you get into the last R. You go back and repeat it again using the same money. It's available, baby. You can do it. I do it all day, every day. And I'm going to teach you how to do it. Drop another Rayism. There's one way to avoid criticism. That's right. Don't do nothing, don't say nothing, and don't be nothing. Just keep doing, keep your mouth closed. But if you want to get out here and you want to get on the plan, and you want to work in the harvest, and you up toward a higher calling, and you trying to get yourself prepared, it's gonna be some criticism, baby. Get ready. Get ready. So that's it right there, baby. Let's open this thing up. Let's open it up. Any questions? We're looking for questions. Now you can talk to me. I know I went through quite a bit. We got one more session to get through. Any questions?
Ray, can you hear me?
Yes.
As I was looking at the foundations 1 and 2, and I just heard you say that you can write off everything with an investment property. Now, so is it my understanding that you can write off your insurance premium with investment properties, but not with the owner occupied property?
You cannot write it off on an owner occupied property. That is correct.
But you can on an investment property.
Absolutely.
Okay, that I didn't know. I knew you probably could with taxes, but I didn't know you can write off the actual insurance premium. Oh, okay. Second question, how do you determine when you look at a property and you find out what the price is, what is the best way or a secret to determining if the asking price is going to cause you to lose something in the end versus a rehab price? Does that just come with experience, I guess, when you guesstimate how much it may cost to rehab it versus in comparison to the asking price?
So you say guesstimate. Well, there's a way for us to figure out the value of that property. There's a way, we call it the after repair value, and it's based on the comparables and what the properties are selling for in the area. And then there's rehab costs. And these costs, they're not just, we don't just pick them out of the air. We go through and we line item by line item determine what's required in that property, whether it be the floors, the windows, the heating and air, all those, most of those numbers are known, and we can estimate what those values are. Pretty good, you know, sometimes you mess up, but for the most part, you know what the material costs, and if you've been dealing with contractors, you know approximately how much their labor is. Does that help?
Okay. Yes. Lastly, is there a way to find out for a property that's paid off and you want to rent it out? Is there a way to find out what the rental properties are in that particular area?
Yes.
So that you under lease it out?
Yes, absolutely. There's a way.
Okay.
And I will show you that way.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Other questions? Questions? No, everybody's good. Man, you guys are good, ladies and gentlemen. No,
I got a question.
All right, Ken, go ahead.
Do you recommend having a computer program to do your calculations? I know you use one a lot, but do you feel like that's that's just is that the go-to method, or you just feel like you can do it either way, or what do you recommend as far as computer programs and or software or any
So
tool?
I got a software, Ken, that we're going to introduce in our premiere. You're going to be coming to us with the premiere. So inside the software that we're going to be using is going to be everything we need to do the analysis on that property in order to determine what the rehab cost is. Inside of that software also, we have the ability to determine what the comps are, houses are selling in that area. Also, this software is pretty much going to line up for us everything we need to do in order to determine what the maximum allowable offer is on that property for us to either make money by buying and flipping it or keeping it in our portfolio.
Okay. Good. Thanks.
Yes, sir. What else we got? All right, well, we're getting ready to go to the first session over here in advance. You guys ready for that? All right, let's pull it up here. And the first thing we're going to be talking about is how do you finance? How do you finance real estate deals? So let's go back through this thing here. So we're gonna talk about how do you qualify for financing an investment property? What are the documentation requirements? And what are some of the current rates that's offered by the banks? And so when you're financing investment properties, you can use private mortgage companies to finance it. There's state banks that will finance investment properties, of course, credit unions. You can find private lenders out there, families, friends, they'll help you. You know, if you can convince them that you got a good house and they'll give you their money. We call some hard money lenders. These are guys, they'll loan you money, but it's gonna cost you, baby. It's gonna cost you 12 to 15% to get their money. And they're not gonna allow you to get more than probably 60% of the loan to value on that after repair property that you're doing. So there's people out there, and then of course you can always, if somebody owns the house free and clear, you can get owner financing. So those are some of the ways. Any questions on that? Of course, you can always buy with cash if you have cash. Questions, comments? All right. So when we're talking about those types of loans, and in real estate, we call it leverage. You're using leverage, other people's money, OPM, to buy property. There's not many things out there the bank's gonna loan you 80% value to go buy, right? They're not doing this on anything other than land, commercial property, or residential property. That's the only thing they're willing to do, because they know these are real hard assets and they can get their money back, right? So, I mean, you can tap your line of credit for 4 to 7%. You can get out there and get private money, mostly, again, private money, 6 to 10%, pretty reasonable. The hard money is going to be the most expensive. And a lot of times you can get the owners to finance it for you. So those are the types of financing. Any questions before we go to our documents? Again, I'm assuming that you guys have already went through that video, and I've answered most of your questions, but if you got any other questions, by all means, stop me. So when you're financing property, some of the requirements that they're going to know, are you the homeowner or are you an investor, right? Because that makes all the difference in the world what type of loan that they're going to give you. They're going to be looking at whether you are married, single, or divorced. For some reason, they think married people are more stable and that they're willing to loan to them. Don't ask me why. Why are we more stable? Because we are. Then they're also looking for people with credit scores 600 to 800. They want to make sure that you've been on your job for 2 years or more. If you've been on there less than that, then you're going to have a harder time getting some of these loans. And they really like W-2s. They don't really like self-employed people. Because your income can be up and down. With a W-2, they pretty much know what you're going to get every year because they can look at that W-2 and look at your taxes. They're going to be looking at your current debt obligations. They're looking at maximum of 35 to 43%. And we're going to be talking about what that debt to income ratio is. So if you make $1,000 a month and you're paying out $700 a month, then your debt to income ratio is 70%. They're not going to loan you any money, baby. You need to be closer down there to 35 to 40% range. If you're making $1,000, they need you only spending $400 probably at the max before they're willing to give you a loan. You can't have no delinquencies out there. They're not looking at people with bad debt, bankruptcies, and things like that. And now, if you got a previous foreclosure, that's going to probably prohibit you from getting a loan. And then they look at the number of investment properties that you have. For the most cases, once you get 10 investment properties, most banks are not willing to touch you anymore. They're not willing to touch you anymore, but I can show you a way, because right now I'm currently holding 20 properties and I'm able to hold them. A bank has financing on half of those. So there's ways to get around that. But you gotta know what you're doing. You gotta be able to show the bank that you're strong, you know what you're doing, and they'll be willing to do that. Any questions on the financing requirements? All right. We talk about the documentation. Now, if you haven't bought a home in a long time, here's some of the documentation that they're going to require. 2 years of federal and state income taxes. They want 2 years of your W-2s. They want 3 months of your bank statements. And if you got investment property, they want 12 months of your rent rolls. All right. They also want verification on how much debt you got, because they got to figure out what your debt to income ratio is, right? So they need to know all of that information. Any questions? So a typical investment property financing kind of looks like this. So at a minimum, the bank's going to want you to have 20% in the game on investment property. Now, if you're a homeowner, they'll let you have 3% or 5% down, because they don't really care because you live in there. But it's a little bit more risky when you have investment property, because the bank going to be taking into consideration that you may or may not have it rented all the time. So when it's not rented, how's it going to be paid for? So they want to make sure that you got some skin in the game. Interest rates could be anywhere from 5 to 8% on investment property. a lot lower today on homeowner finance property. They got 2% and 3% loans out there. It's almost free money. If you haven't refinanced your home and you're sitting at 5 or 8%, then you need to see about getting refinanced, because you can lower your payment, you can lower the months that you're going to have remaining on those properties. Just a great opportunity right now. The feds have the rates very low for you to take advantage of it. On investment properties, it's usually 10 to 20 years. Most banks won't go 30 years on investment properties, but they will on your home that you live in. And then they're going to want you to have 6 months in reserve. Most banks want to know if you're buying a property and it's renting for $1,000 a month, they're going to know if you got at least $6,000 in the bank in reserve that you can handle anything that might come up, right? And they need you to be able to pay them for 6 months in case something happens. And then again, we already talked about that debt to income ratio. Any questions? Y'all doing good, doing good. So what's the process? So you go to the bank, say, Mr. Bank, Mrs. Bank, I want to submit an application. I want to be approved for a loan for investment property. So you go through, you submit all the documentation that I just talked about. You answer all the questions regarding the documentation. Normally takes about 2 weeks. Especially now when they got all this refinancing going on, it may take a week or two for you to get approved. And then once you approve, then it goes through what we call the underwriting process, where they really scrutinize, look at your bank statement, look at your taxes, make sure everything lined up, make sure you ain't got no aliases. I mean, they basically running the background check on you, baby. And so during this period, you're going to be answering questions back and forth. And at this time, I tell people, don't make any major purchases, don't make any changes, because anything that you change, they're going to be looking at it, baby. So you got to make sure that you don't do nothing when you apply for that loan. Don't go out and buy a new car, baby. That's not going to look good. Don't do that. And don't be running up that credit card either, because they're going to be looking at that. All right. So just make sure you're doing the right thing when it comes to that. Here's some of the current banks and what they're offering for investment property as far as percentage rates, and then also, how many years they'll finance. Again, most of them want at least 20% down. Some of them want 30% down. So you see Tinker is actually offering 6% for 30 years fixed. 30 year, that's what you want. That if you want to get a 30-year, we call that in the investment area. I mean, you're gonna get the maximum monthly cash flow. The longer the loan is, the shorter the loan is, cuts into you, but you get to pay the loan off quicker. So it's kind of a a give or take there. But these are just some of the offerings that are out there today. Any questions? All right, let's keep moving. So you don't have any cash? I don't have any cash, Mr. Ray. What am I gonna do? Got to come up with some creative solutions, baby. You might have to use some hard money lenders. Again, they're gonna require that you have some skin in the game. Find some owners that's willing to do some owner finance. If you ain't got any money, maybe you can convince the owner to finance it for you. Get you a side hustle. Oh, you need a side hustle, baby, to get some extra money. Start saving some of them coins. Start cutting back on some of that debt you got. Get some savings out there so you can invest in yourself. Or you can buy the property and flip it for cash. And that's what I'm going to be teaching you guys in the premiere. We're going to teach you how to buy this property. You don't have to do anything to it. You can turn around and sell it to an investor and make that money. The difference on what the discount is and what you sell it to the investor. We're going to teach you that in Premier. And then if you can talk some members of your family into giving you some money, buddy, I'm going to need you. Good luck with that, huh? Why am I going to give you some money? You ain't even doing, you can't even pay your bills on time. But if you can get some family members to give you some money, baby, that's a good way to get in the game. But most of y'all done messed it up with them. Y'all ain't paid them back a little $10 that you owe. How they gonna give you some money? Come on now. Oh, now the millennials, they out there waiting, baby. Millennials are waiting for the housing market to crash, baby, so they can buy their first home. Are you one of them, baby? Are you one of them? All right, we're gonna open it up now. Everybody can turn your videos on. You can turn your mics on. Any questions you got for Mr. Ray? We about to end this thing up. Let me see who's out there. Who can show yourself?
Hey man, go back 2 slides for me.
2 slides? Okay, hold on. Right here? Is that the one, Don?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what you got? No, I can't hear you.
No, I just wanted to check out the bank. I just wanted to see the ones that you had
okay.
on there.
All right, I'll leave that up. Any questions? Anybody got any questions?
Hey, Ray.
Yes, sir.
Hey, in the training, it talked about a relationship with your bank, developing a relationship to where they kind of know you. And you mentioned, I think you mentioned that you use one bank. Is that are they the ones that you got your 10 properties and then they went 20 with you, or using more than one bank or more than one of these financing options?
Yeah, so what I did, Jane, when I first got my 110, my first 10 properties, when they cut me off, I went to another bank. And then what I found out that they have now, they have these commercial loans where they can wrap up 4 or 5 of your properties and put it in one loan, so it just looks like one loan. So I was able to wrap some properties up, put 4 of them in one loan, put 5 of them in another loan, where it looks like I only had one loan. So that's how I did that. And you're right, I do play the banks against each other, because I'll tell them, hey, over here, they're willing to give me this, willing to give me that, because I'm so tight. My cash flows are so good. They want to give me money all the time, but I don't want all their money. I only want the good money. I want the lowest rate with the lowest terms, with the longest terms, so I can pay it off quickly as possible.
Are you generally talking to one person at the bank, or you know somebody you kind of get to know?
Yeah, I'm normally talking to a VP. So when I walk in, James, I'm walking in with my cash flows. I'm walking in with my net income. I'm walking in, telling them, how much cash I have available, how much retirement I got. So the minute I walk in talking like I know what I'm talking about, I can get their attention real quick. Now, some banks, that doesn't work, because they don't really like, dealing with real estate. They're more, if you're talking about the, the big banks, the Chase, and all those guys, the Bank of Americas, again, you're talking mostly the corporate people. When you talk about these banks here, the Sooner State Bank, these are local banks. Great Place Bank, I love them right now. That's who I'm working with. They love real estate investing, but you got to come tight. Got to have a good credit score. You got to be paying your bills on time. You got to know what you're doing. So it is about getting in there and building those relationships, showing them that you're able to run this business.
So how does it affect your credit score in the sense of you buying multiple properties? Because that's a big hit once you get a house or property like that. Normally kind of drops you quite a bit. So how do you do that back to back?
I don't know about you, but my credit score is 800 and I got 20 properties. So my credit score has never taken a hit when I buy a property. Now, it could be that, all those 36 years I worked for OG&E, paying my bills on time, just not having I don't have any debt out there other than real estate debt, So when they look at me, they don't see any debt. So my credit score is always around 800. So I'm going to have to bring somebody on the team that's going to help us to understand what credit scores is, how we can get them up, how we take them down. And so that's another piece of this puzzle that I got to help my students with. I've just never had that problem. I've always paid my bills on time. I've always had very little debt other than in my real estate. And so I've never really had that issue. So Did yours take a hit when you just bought your recent property, Don?
No, it didn't. I just used one of those little simulators, and it says once I close on it, it looked like it's going to go down. Like whenever I paid off my Challenger, it dropped down. So that's why I was kind of wondering. So if I try to re-up and get a rental property, I was wondering would that affect me if I went down 20, 30 points?
Nah, you know, they got some algorithms that they use, you know, what type of debt you got, those type things. Again, if you pay in your bills on time, you don't have a high debt to income ratio. Because they not only look at how many accounts you got, how much of it is it in accordance to how much money you're making. That's the big piece. And if you're paying them late, you know, and the types of debt. So all that goes into their algorithms to figure out, you know, what your credit score is going to be. So let's keep an eye on that. Let's see if your credit score is impacted when we get you your first rental property.
All right, Ray, I have a question.
Yes.
Well, actually, I have a comment. Well, you have an experienced banker out here, so please feel free to utilize me on helping them with these credit scores.
I forgot, my sister, this is my baby sister. She was a VP at the bank, just retired. You're right. So you want to fill them in real quick?
All right, when you was talking about taking that hit on that mortgage, you'll take a hit, but it'll be so small as long as everything else is in line. And you talked about a card that you paid off and your score dropped?
Yes, when I paid my car off.
Unfortunately, they like to see you in debt. So when you pay off something, unfortunately, your score is going to drop. But if your score is high enough, it shouldn't even matter what you're paying off because you're utilizing some good debt.
That'll work.
Thank you, Roxanne.
Mm-hmm.
You got a birthday coming up here in a couple of days.
Watch out now.
You're right behind me. I know you are. Any other questions?
Mr. Reed, it's Christina.
Hey, Christina.
I have a couple. This might actually be more for Lila actually than you, but I know you're talking about real estate license and stuff like that. If someone doesn't have a ton of time to actually do the real estate side of it, would you suggest that they do that as a side hustle, or is it too much to invest into that for low return?
So is the question, should you invest in being a real estate agent, or should you go into investment property? Is that the question?
No, it's just kind of as a side hustle, because I've been looking into different things and trying to get more income to be able to invest faster.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if doing real estate on kind of the side or something like that would be even worthwhile if you don't have a lot of time to invest into that. As in an agent.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. So, so you're trying to get a side hustle, but you're working a full-time job. How much time is it going to take in your side hustle? I always tell people that, that W-2, it's going to make you a good living. But in order for you to really get ahead, in order for you to make some real wealth, you're going to have to figure out a side hustle, and you're going to have to figure out how to come up with some time to get that side hustle if you're not making enough at your W-2. So if you're not making enough at your W-2, you either got to cut your debt, cut what you're spending so you can start saving more, or you got to get a side hustle. So one of the things I'm going to show you is when we get to the premiere, I'm going to show you how to start making some extra money when we start buying these properties and just flipping them, right? So if we buy a property, you tell me of this property, you find the property, I help you close the deal, we split the profit. So that's one way that I'm going to start helping you in order to start getting some of this money that you can start putting in to investing in long-term real estate. Hope that helps.
Okay. I also, one other comment about the credit score thing. I just paid off another student loan and I took a 3-point hit on mine too. So
it did go down?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, 3 points is not that bad.
No.
Hey, Mr. Ray, if I could, so this is Darren. So
Hey,
what you guys are talking about is credit utilization, and so when you have revolving credit and you pay it off, it negatively impacts your points up to 6. And so if you have things that are negatively impacting and you're not paying on time or you paying it off, but you don't have another credit card, that's why you take that hit, but in 3 months it'll go back up.
okay.
So it's a temporary hit.
All right. Very good. What else? Good questions.
I got a question. Do they still, when you still, like, you have, numerous properties, but when you go to acquire another one, do they still have to check your credit like they normally do when somebody gets a loan?
Yeah, every time you get another property, they're gonna check your credit.
Okay. And all right, then next thing I want to had a question on is, out of the out on this list that you got on the screen here, so you want to go for the longer term, but what do you normally have where you're trying to pay it off? How quick are you trying to pay a house off normally, or do you just let it ride the length of the loan, or what's your thoughts on that?
So one of the things that I'm going to teach you guys, one module in the advanced module, it is module number 6, and it says how to build a real estate portfolio in 5 years. So I'm going to show you how during the acquisition phase, you want to get as many loans as you can, as many loans as the bank will give you. So, for 5 years, you just, hey, bank, I got 20% down. So if I had $100,000, I ought to be able to buy 5 properties and put 20% down on each one of those. Now, once I own those properties, I'm going to start paying them off one at a time. All right. I'm going to use the snowball theory, and I'm going to start. If I have an extra 1,000, let's say after all my bills are paid, I have an extra 1,000. I'm going to start paying off one of those loans. Now, how long is it going to take you? It's going to take you another 5 years, probably, to pay off. You're going to have at least $1,000 to $2,000 to $3,000 extra a month so you can start paying off those notes. Again, it depends on how big the note is. If you're buying properties like I am at 100,000, right, with 20% down, so I got an 80,000 loan. So for me, right now today, I make sure that I'm saving at least $10,000 a month. I want to be able to put $10,000 a month paying off one of my properties every month. So that means every year I'm paying off an additional $100,000. So over 5 years, I'm at least going to pay off 5 of those properties. So the goal is that you got to have extra. That's why you got to have that cash flow. You cannot have negative cash flow on these properties and be able to pay them off. Your goal is to pay them off as quickly as possible so that you can get to the point where you got this equity. You can draw the equity out tax-free, or you get additional cash flow because you no longer have that mortgage.
Okay.
Welcome. What else y'all got?
How many properties does Great Plains or Sooner State Bank allow you to have? Because Tinker says they only let you ride with 4 of them, and after that you cut off.
I believe the rest of them, like I say, everybody I know has been doing 10. They may, with this COVID going on, they may be lowering it a little bit, but with Great Plains, I can do 10 all day. With Prosperity, I can do 10. So I don't know about the other ones there. So, banks they reserve the right to change their rules anytime they want to. But if they'll only do 4, then try one of these other banks. We can find a bank that'll go up to 10.
Maybe it's because it's 30 years. That's probably why.
Oh yeah. Because most of these other banks ain't gonna give you 30 years. So that's probably right, Don. All right, what else we got? I hope this was helpful for y'all. I hope you guys are going to be I know you're going to be learning some stuff now. Whether or not you apply, that's on you, baby. But my job is to teach you. And so I'm going to teach you everything that I know. As you can see, I just canceled all your debt. Nobody owes me a dime. I need you to figure out whether you want me to send your money back. Do you want me to double it and send some, the 30 plus 30 to your church in your name? Or you want me to buy you a book? What do you want me to do, baby? That's what I'm going to do.
Hey, Ray.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, we're going to be ready to go get our first property after the first 8 weeks.
It depends. It depends.
Are we going to know
how much money
we're going to know or not?
Make it happen today. That money talks, man. If you got the money, we can make it. You ain't got to wait 8 weeks. We can get you in the game now. What else you got? Wearing y'all down a little bit. It's 10 after 8. All right. So what do I need you to do now? I need you to, so what I'm going to do, let me stop this right here. Let's go over here. Let's stop it. So what I want you to do, I want you to go out. So next week, we're going to be doing, again, we're going to be doing a foundation and an advance. So in the foundation, the next module is the 5 ways we get paid. So I'm going to show you those 5 ways that we get paid. So I'm going to release that video. In fact, I'm just going to put all the videos out there. Since I done opened it up, everything free, we just going to go ahead and put all the videos out there. So you're going to need to go ahead and do that video, 5 ways you get paid. And for the advanced series, we're going to talk about how to wholesale real estate. So again, those videos may not be out there right now. When I get off this call, no later than in the morning, I need you to go out and take a look at those videos. So we're going to be doing on the foundations, 5 ways you get paid, and then on the advanced, how to wholesale property. Everybody good? All righty then. Well, with nothing else left to be said, again, I appreciate you guys having confidence in me, thinking that Mr. Ray's worth at least $30. I love you. I love you. But I promise you something now. Now, I'm not the easiest guy to get along with sometimes. I'm a knucklehead. You know, sometimes I offend people, but I don't do it on purpose. I'm just that guy. I love to be on time. If you're not gonna be on time, you can't be around me. We don't do CP time around here. No, baby, no, that's not what we do. And so I have some ways. I like things done a certain way. And so, you know, Whitfield, he knows I'm hard to work for, man. But you know what? I'll give you the reins. If you show me you know what you're doing, baby, I'm going to give you the reins. And so one of the things in the premiere, I'm going to be training some people to be scouts for me. But you got to prove yourself, baby. If you're going to be a scout for the big dog, I'm going to need you to prove yourself. So just know that I love you. If I offend you, let me know I offend you. I'll say I'm sorry, and we'll get back together, and we'll move on. All right? All right. If all minds are clear, let us do the benediction. We out of here, baby. I love you, and I'll see you premiere people on Thursday. Get ready, baby. Get ready, get ready, get ready. We're going somewhere. Y'all have a great evening. I love you.